You have to pay us. This is the minimum wage. Are you gonna pay us or what?
What's up, guys? My name is Eros. This is the Redrock realm. It's time for an adventure. In our last episode here on Redrock, we went down deep into our mining area and we made ourselves a drowned farm out of a zombie spawner that we have down there. Nothing too fancy, just some bricks and stones and a little trident killer, and we now are farming drowns and all of the goodies that they drop, which includes not only tridents for the time being, but also plenty of gold. So we are getting gold out of it, we are getting tridents out of it, and we're getting some rotten flesh. Not that it really serves us much purpose, but hey, it's pretty nice to have. So that is what we have going on down there. Now, at the very end of the last episode, you probably noticed that I was being summoned by a couple of realm mates. Trixelz and Cali summoned me very suddenly. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys now really quick what transpired. Okay.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Okay, come on, take a seat. Take a seat.
Hi.
Take a seat.
But you, okay.
Take a seat, come on. Yeah, there you go. All right, so we did the appointment, so we're here now. So, yeah.
I didn't do it.
What? No, we're here. We're here for the appointment.
We're here.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we're here
the,
for the
right, the appointment. That. Yes. Thank you for coming.
Yes. Okay. So, what do you need us to do?
take it.
Yeah. Take it. Take mine. Take mine.
Oh, right. Yes, resumes. Right.
Okay, we are accepted. Dude, we're here.
Yeah, let's go.
We're now-
Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah.
Let's go.
We are now an employee here.
Yeah.
Thank you for hiring us, by the way. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for
Where's
your
our monthly
interest
payment?
in, what?
We need our payment.
I thought the ad said this was an unpaid internship.
No.
Is that not the ad that you applied for?
We were expecting.
Are we in the-
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we in the different shop?
Oh no.
Oh, right. You mean the initial? Oh, right. The sign up bonus.
Yep.
Right. Yes, there you are. There.
Yeah.
You have to pay us. This is the minimum wage. Are you gonna pay us or what?
Run away.
Wait, before you go, take a look at our skins.
I
Wait,
We're your
I know what
fans,
you're
by the
thinking.
way.
I know what you're thinking. Look, no, take a look at this first.
I will say this. I fully approve. So as you can see, apparently we now have a couple of employees over at Hermes Delivery Service. But that is not going to be the focus for today. Now, I've realized that we haven't really spent much time over here at the base, and so today we're going to do a little bit of work on that. And we are going to accomplish that via a time lapse thanks to our little friend right here. Yes, indeedy, this right here is our new camera account that we have all set up. This is my little mini-me that I have made. Look at him. Isn't he cute? Oh, it's so fantastic. We're two peas in a pod. Anyway, so yes, this little guy is going to be observing and recording all of our work that we do today, which is mainly going to be doing all of these trees. Now, I'm sure that you have probably noticed all of the trees here going on. Yes, you can see a lot of trees have popped up here around the swamp. And today, that is what we are going to be working on for our time lapse. I'm going to do my best to get a lot of the roots and decorative details done on some of these trees. Try and make them look a little bit better and not quite so janky, I guess would be the appropriate term. So let's go ahead and get our little friend set up, and let's get right to it. There we go. So much better. Now, I still need to put some of the details on a few of these. Like, some of them need vines, some of them need mushrooms. I didn't quite have enough vines. I'm still trying to collect more. But I was able to get the decorative touches done on most of them, and I was able to get the lily pads around pretty much all of the trees. So those are looking pretty good. But I really like it. Each one is completely unique and completely different than the others. They're different shapes and sizes and all kinds of good different stuff. And I like it. I think they turned out pretty cool. Now, you're probably noticing that I don't really have any over in this area. The reason for that is actually because I don't really know where I want this swamp to kind of cut off. Because it kind of goes that direction quite a fair bit, but I don't know if I want our little swampy village to actually go out that far. It might, who knows, but until I decide on that, I don't really want to cut it off because I don't want to have to get rid of these trees after I put them in. Because they take a lot of work and a lot of resources, and I'd rather not make them if they're not going to stay there. Because, yeah, effort and things, you know. So, as for the rest of the day, the next project that I want to work on is we need a super smelter. Not a giant, super fantastical, enormous beast of a thing, but something that will definitely get the job done for us, for any projects that we might have coming up. For instance, say if we need a bunch of glass, it would be pretty nice to have a super smelter that we could get a stack of glass done a lot faster than an individual furnace like we have over in our little bedroom hut. So I'm thinking, originally I was going to put it maybe over on that end, like on the other side of our bedroom, but I realized if we do that, then every single one of our major huts is just in a straight line, and I kind of want to break it up a little bit, because that's going to look boring if they're just in this straight kind of grid pattern. It's just not going to look great. It's not going to look natural and organic. So then I had the thought, this little area here, right in the middle of these trees, might be the perfect spot. Since it's not going to be, like, enormous, we can probably just fill up this kind of square space here that we have, and then just kind of make our hut here. Now, if we need more space, we could put it long ways this way, because I was thinking about making it rectangular like this one, but I don't know if we're going to need to. I think we can actually make it a perfectly square hut, and just kind of put it right here in the very middle. So I think that's what we are going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the foundation, so that way we can figure out if it's kind of spaced where we want it to be and all of that, and then we'll take a look at it and see how it's looking. Yeah, I think that that's about perfect. I decided to go for a perfect square shape, because I figured, you know, we've got a rectangle, we've got kind of a diamond-ish shape. We have a sideways square. I'm not good with these words. I'm just... It's too low. Yeah, I think that's about perfect. So I decided to go ahead and go for a perfect square shape for the build in here, because, you know, I want to do different shapes, slightly different designs and everything for each and every one of these huts and everything. And we haven't actually done a perfectly square one yet. So I went ahead, did the square building. I haven't really done any, like, the texture on it like I have these other ones just yet, but I am going to go for something a little bit different compared to the other ones, because I want this to look like it's really solid and really, like, reinforced. Because unlike these other huts, this one is going to have some big, heavy-duty stuff inside of it. So I want it to look like it's sturdy, even though it's still a hut that's been kind of, you know, sunk into the swamp a little bit. So we have extra pylons here on the sides of each, and then each one of these is actually going to have a beam going into the middle like this. That's going to make it kind of give the impression that it's even extra, or even more so, kind of reinforced here a bit. And then on the inside, what we are going to do is, instead of the typical wooden flooring, I decided to go ahead and break out this here. And you'll see we're going to do these stone bricks for the flooring here. And I'm actually going to put these stairs all the way around the edge. I don't think that is enough, but we'll try it. So we're going to come in here, we're going to go ahead and do this, and we're just going to put these kind of stair blocks all the way around the edge, because I want the floor to kind of be sunken in a little bit, because that's also going to add to kind of the illusion of it being kind of a bit sturdier, and it's going to make it just a little bit different of a hut. And then, of course, you know, these won't be seen too much once we get the super smelter in here. In fact, I might actually move these in by a block, because the super smelter is going to go around the edge. And now that I stop and look at this, this doesn't leave very much room for the actual super smelter, does it? Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The more I look at this, we might actually have to make this hut bigger if we want the super smelter in here, unless... I'm going to play around with the idea a little bit, because I'm trying to decide if we do a 16 furnace array, we're going to need hoppers out of the back for the fuel, so that's going to bring it in 1 block further as well, which means the furnaces will be here. So if we do that, we'll have enough room for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I suppose. 4, 12, no. 4, 8, 12. Ideally, I would want at least 16, and I don't know if I would be able to make that fit in this sized hut. So I might have to make this a little bit more rectangular shaped, because I can't really extend it out in any one particular direction without it running into one of these trees. This is a dilemma. I might have to just kind of play around with it a little bit. I suppose we could do like an 8 furnace array, but that's barely a super smelter. I mean, we need something powerful for this. I might, as much as it's going to break my heart, I might have to take one of these trees out and just extend the whole thing back by a few blocks and just make it bigger. Because I really want this to be a nice, solid-sized hut and super smelter. Okay, let me play around with the idea a little bit, and then I'll bring you guys back and show you what I've come up with. Much better. So sadly, I did have to take out that tree there in the back, but that is okay. It is worth it, because this is definitely going to give us the amount of space that we need for a super smelter. So doing it this way, there should be plenty of room. My plan is to do 16 furnaces. Now that means that we will be able to smelt a stack of items at 4 times the speed. it's been a long day. My brain can't number right now. I can't word, I can't number. It's not a good day for me. So anyway, yes. So we're going to have 16 furnaces all operating at once. It's all going to be fed by minecarts and all of that fun stuff. Now, there are a ton of designs out there for a super smelter. If you guys want me to do a tutorial for a super smelter, let me know in the comments down below. I will absolutely do that. But let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to go ahead and get some of the main mechanics built up for this super smelter system, and then I'll show you guys as we go. So after a little bit of playing around with it, I finally have the mechanics of the super smelter all done and put in place. We ended up having so much extra space that I ended up doing 24 furnaces. Now, if you count these, you're not actually going to count 24 of them. The reason being there's actually one hidden way back here in the corner. I already tested it, made sure that everything works correctly, so even though that is back there, it doesn't throw off the furnaces at all. The reason I did 24 is I like having it divisible by 8. Because when you're smelting up items, it basically means that if you do a half of a stack, or you do, a quarter of a stack or whatever, it breaks up a lot more evenly amongst all of the furnaces, which means you have more even use of your fuel, you have a little bit more even and reliable on the actual smelting, and then depending on the fuel, it means that you can usually precisely measure how much you need, which can help a lot if you're using something like coal or something. So we have our fuel chest over here on this side, we have our smeltables chest over on this side, and then it's just a press of a button, sends the items off in the chest minecart, that's the word, and everything gets smelted up nice and quick. I tested it out with some glass, and it was completely reliable and very, very quick. So now the only thing left to do on this project is to finish up the hut. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and then I think we'll probably be wrapping things up. And there we have it. It is all built up and good to go. So again, I went for something a little bit different for the design, and I decided to try and make this one look extra sturdy. So you'll notice it has these extra logs here, kind of make it look like the foundation is built up a lot more than the other huts and everything. It's also got these kind of corner posts or pillars here. Just kind of makes the whole thing look a lot stockier. Even though it's not really that different from the other huts, I think it just kind of lends itself well to what is going on the inside. So you'll also notice we got the smokestack going up there to kind of emphasize the fact that this is the smeltery building. So I just kind of built up a little bit of a chimney back here. I don't know if you can see it too well from here. Let me go over here and then you can probably see it better. There you go. So it just kind of adds to the whole kind of image that we have going on for our smeltery building and whatnots. So let's go ahead and pop on inside and I will show you this thing working like a charm. So we have our 24 furnaces all ready to go. On this side, we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and pop in a bunch of fuel and we can just go ahead and fill up pretty much this whole thing. Now right now I just have a button here. I'll probably replace this with a lever, honestly. If I spent a lot more time on it, I could probably develop an automatic system to detect if there's still items left in the chest. But I mean, I don't really feel like I need to worry about that. I'll just sit here and I'll babysit the button, and then I'm not too worried about it. And so it's making its way around, filling them up, and it should be back any second. Yes? Perhaps? Indeed? What's going on? Where did it go? Don't tell me I missed... Did I miss something here? Why did you get stuck? Huh. Oh, I don't think it likes this corner right here. Uh-oh. I might have to do something about that. Let's double check that. That shouldn't do that. It went around the corner fine the first time, so why did it get stuck the second time? Huh. Weird. Okay, didn't get stuck that time. The world is a little bit laggy. I think somebody's probably operating one of their farms or something, so that probably has a part to do with it. But yeah, so there we go. So it is dropping off the items as it goes around, and then on this side is where we will put all of our smelting items, so everything we're going to smelt up. So for now, let's go ahead and test it using some kelp. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a lever now, because that will make it easier. See, I'm pretty sure I already have some levers over here. I have one, so that's okay. We'll just go ahead and use the one for now. Hup, hup, There we go. Okay. And then I'll put a lever on the other side later. And there we go. So we just hit that. Off it goes. Each of these are going to then light up in unison. Beautiful. Look at that. It is a glorious, bright sight. And then if we pop over here already, here in just a moment, we should have all of our smelted goodies flowing in. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at it go. That is fantastic. And then this should be almost continuous because of how many furnaces we have going in unison. So it's going to hit 24. It might pause for just a second. And there it goes. So almost continuous smelting. We really couldn't get too much faster than that, actually. So that is pretty much perfect for anything that we may have going on. We'll just be able to check in each of these, and you can see all of the items smelting up nice and good. Let's make sure that this is still running. Yep, there we go. So there it is. There is our super smelter hut all built up and looking fine and doing great for us. But unfortunately, guys, that is going to do it for today. I am out of time. I really appreciate you guys coming along with me today for today's adventure. So if you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on the video, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the adventures yet to come, and share the video with somebody else so that they can enjoy it too. So thank you so much, everybody, and until next time, peace and love, everybody. Bye-bye.